Tre. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
Yeah. Megan, Jessie, Chelsea.
Hey. Gang's all here!
Go get some food.
Nice.
Top. Where did you leave off?
I don't remember.
Where did you leave off? At sitting on the bed.
Oh yeah, so he would
issues.
get like, he would go kind of like crazy, and then that was another thing too, is that he's telling me that he had like these neurological issues, that he went and seen a neurologist and all this crap, and now I'm like, did that even happen?
No.
Because everything was a lie.
That never happened. There's no way
He
that
told me
happened.
though at the end, he did tell me that he like was at the gym one day, he just like couldn't see.
Because it all went red because he was so mad, probably. Not because he's...
Probably.
No, it's not. He never went...
So that happened, and
There's
then
definitely something neurologically wrong with that man though.
I don't think there is. I think...
No, he's
or mentally.
fucked.
Mentally for sure, but I
yes.
think what we're just like, we're trying to be like, give him the benefit of a doubt, but I honestly just think he's a really terrible person, and this stuff is
He's
just
a
making it worse.
sociopath.
Yeah.
like he has mental health issues because he
Definitely.
lies so much, and he can't keep his lies straight anymore, essentially. Like,
And maybe he did have like trauma as a kid and stuff. Like, any stuff
Yeah.
could have happened.
There's
We're-
probably some trauma there.
we're not
Yeah.
gonna get into that, but
Yeah.
we see you and your really old friend that's a lot older than you, and
No.
like,
We know.
I'm sorry, but 17-year-olds don't hang out with 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Kind of weird. Kind
Kinda
of
weird.
But, okay, exactly.
And I'm sorry for that.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
definitely.
so there's just like so many lies. Like he even lied about like his cousin dying.
Cried to me about it.
Yeah, like I know
Customer
he's like
died.
lied to his employers about that too.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he even like told the place that he worked at that it was a cousin. Like when my dog died, he like took the rest of that week off work,
What?
and I think he told them that it was his cousin that had died.
His cousin got ran over. Coincidentally, Megan's dog got ran over.
Yeah, wow.
Same time.
Yeah, so like even that lie is like,
I
like
feel
you're
like he
telling.
tried to blend the lies and the truth as much as he could.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you could try to keep track of it, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, just don't lie. Like, man.
Life's so much easier if you don't
Yeah.
lie.
So then, he would just get so crazy when he would get into like these like moods, and like and I straight up one time told him, I'm like, you scare me when you get like that, and he was like, I would never hurt you, and it's like,
Because to him, it's physical. To him, only kind of abuse is physical. If I'm not physical to you, then I'm not doing anything
and he
wrong.
doesn't understand mental, emotional abuse at
Nothing.
all, because he
No.
was like, it's just a choice. Yeah, motherfucker, just like it's a choice not to fucking cheat on your girlfriends.
Yeah.
You out here doing it anyways. And that was another thing too, is like the love bombing that he would do. He would, like buy me flowers all the time, and like, like pump my tires up nonstop. But then he would also be like super, like, he would project a lot, so like he was always super jealous of me, and like that's like a huge red flag, is like if you've never done anything to give them a reason not to trust you, then they shouldn't be like, there certain amount of jealousy is normal, but like he would get so upset about either my male friends or my male coworkers, and he would always make comments about like, oh, like, this is when I was working at a dealership. He's like, oh, I've heard dealership stories. Everybody just fucks each other there. And I was like, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Like,
We're professional, but
not at all. Like, that does not happen here. Maybe in, like, the cities. I don't know. But, like, it does not happen where I work. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, well, why do you always have to work in, like, a male-dominant, like, environment? And it's like, what does it matter?
You're
Like,
female dominant because you're working with a bunch of young women, so it's not like you're going at him about that.
yeah. So now,
Work with young women.
and now, why do you want to work with young women? It's probably because you're doing something fucking fucked up, because you were so defensive about your job when nobody asked. Nobody accused you of anything, but he always felt the need to be like, I am so professional, and if I have to have one-on-one chats with these girls, it's, I make sure somebody else is in the room, and blah, 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 and he just...
Email only.
Yeah, and because, like, if anything ever happened, I would lose my job, and I would be the one that's accused of everything, and it was just like, yeah, I get that, but, like, why are you being so, like, defensive about it. Nobody asked.
Nobody asked.
Nobody fucking asked. But, you know, so now it's like, well, what the fuck is he doing with these young girls now? And he's like an attractive man, and
Except for his chicken legs, but yeah.
Yeah.
You always skip leg day.
Did he know what leg day was? I don't know.
yeah, he did have some chicken legs. Yeah.
Chicken legs, yeah.
Chicken
The
wing,
scary
chicken wing,
thing about
chicken
you
wing,
listening
wing.
to these stories is that it makes you like think about people in your life, and you're like, what if everyone is like that? Like it makes you like almost scared to trust people. And
Yeah.
I don't even date the guy if I feel like that.
Oh, it's gonna take there's like a lot of like triggers from this incident, and like even like memories now, like the night that I couldn't find him, that I stayed up all night and called the cops. He was at Jessi's, and Amanda like convinced me out of that. Like no, and like Jessi told me straight up that she answered the door in like a silk little house robe.
Yeah.
So like, and when that cop called, like I could tell that like he was like, yeah. So we found smoke. We found smoky smoke, and he's all right, and I'm sure he'll talk to you when he's ready.
So awkward for the cops.
So awkward, and I could hear the awkwardness in his voice.
God.
And I think I even said to you, like, it was really awkward. I think he's lying, blah blah blah, and then we like talked ourselves out of it. Because, you know,
He's a good guy.
he's a good
Right,
Christian.
never.
He loves his mama.
He's
He
so
talks
sad.
about, like,
He's so
he
depressed.
yeah,
Yeah.
he talks so much.
At a place.
Yeah, he works at a place that, like, you know, seems to be a trustworthy job.
It should be.
And
I did that many times too. I would talk myself out of like thinking things because I'm like, well, no, because this, and this.
yeah.
But of
And
course
then
you look
also
back.
there's a drug problem. So
yeah,
Just a little hidden one.
hidden. It's that nice little
Avoid Minster problem.
white.
The white
powder.
snow.
Why
The
is
white
so
snow.
sniffly all the time?
And you know what? One of his friends literally called him the cocaine bunny. Like, oh yeah, we joke because he's so energetic. We call him the cocaine bunny. Ha 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 ha.
'Cause he's
Ha ha
doing
ha ha.
cocaine.
Yeah, he really is doing cocaine.
But he also always told you that he's not doing cocaine. He's just an energetic guy.
Yeah, energetic, and that's the, you know, and like I would go to parties and they'd have plates of it, and I always went home and blah blah blah, and they'd have women in these rooms just fucking,
I
would never, I was, you know,
I heard he fucked
dedicated
like he never though.
to
Well.
pump chump. Yeah, like, man. You know, I even had a discussion with one of my very good male friends, and I said, what's it like for a man to hold back? He's like, you can hold back. And I was like, can you though?
Yeah.
Because like this motherfucker, like I'm talking like under a minute almost every
always.
single fucking time. It didn't matter how many times he fucked, it was just gone. Like, okay.
A mess for nothing.
You
really.
could fuck 3 times a day, every day for a week, and it was the same fucking 2 pump chum, and it was like, okay. Like, and then it was like, is it worth the fucking mess at this point? Like, do
I'm
I,
not.
really.
Like-
I wouldn't know.
yeah, you wouldn't know, but,
Why
and
wouldn't you know?
fucking, because she never slept with him. She just sucked his dick, but he also came really fast sucking his dick.
Yes, he did.
Which I will say though, like,
It was nice.
when you are sucking a dick, let that shit go, man. Like, don't hold back, because like our jaws get fucking sore.
I just thought he was so courteous.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Nice of you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that, and,
And the
his
coke?
shitty fucking dick tattoo that he had, which I always thought was fucking weird.
You got a tattoo on it?
Yeah.
He sure
That one of his
did.
buddies
And he had, like,
did
a-
for him in college.
Yeah, and like, yeah, and he told me like his like tattoo he had like just above his dick too. He's like, yeah, girls really think it's hot. I'm like,
Which girls?
which
No
girls?
one's ever
I
thought
thought
it's hot.
I thought you said that you like never really hooked up, but all these girls think your fucking tattoo's hot.
There's only
Okay.
one way to see it, so
Yeah.
Hindsight, like that should have been a big red flag. A dick tattoo? Like only freaks get shit like that.
But he was depressed.
Well, wait a second. Why do we think that like that freaks do that though when like we get our
No,
shit
sexual
pierced?
freaks. I mean, like sexual freaks.
Oh,
like
like
a freaky, like horny person.
Oh yeah.
oh.
Not a
Are you calling me a
always
freaky,
said-
horny person right now? Am I just outing myself that I have some freaky shit?
Next
Ah.
episode is about Megan.
my fucking weird. Anyways.
What?
No, I was talking about piercings. No, I meant like my hardware that I have.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Not for grandma.
No, I just meant like people that get shit done down there in general. Like you're like, that's a red flag. I'm like,
No,
I'm a red flag.
I meant, like, that's a very sexual person.
Oh yeah.
Who says he doesn't?
But yeah.
Exactly.
Because apparently he sucks in bed though.
Everything that Matt, and that's the thing though, like that was like his defense mechanism for being shitty in bed was like, I've hardly been with any women. I've only slept with 5 people, maybe.
Lie.
And so let's get into this behavior so that other women.
Well, do we want to talk about the coke part too?
Oh yeah.
So I knew about the coke. I've confronted him multiple times when we were dating about coke. And the reason I knew is because I found it. So I found it on my bathroom counter. I found it in the hotel, on the hotel counters when we came to Lloyd in August and I was helping him find a place. And I even found it on my parents' bathroom counter at the trailer at the lake that they were so nicely letting us borrow, and that I knew him and his friend were doing it. And I confronted him 3 times about it. And every single time I confronted him, I was very calm and I tried to approach it as like a, I can help you, you know what's going on. He denied it every single time. And that's actually like why we ended up breaking up, because I went to see him at the beginning of the year.
Oh, like this was when he moved,
January.
like moved back to Lloyd from Saskatoon.
Yeah, but I found it like last summer, so 2020 summer. is
Yeah,
when I found
2020
it.
summer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I meant. So,
Yes.
because I was just confused. I was like, wasn't he living in Lloyd? Because he had already lived in
Right.
Lloyd once.
He moved
then he moved
home.
back
Yeah.
home, and then you came up here with him to find a place.
Yes, yeah. in
Okay,
August, yeah.
okay.
And
Yeah.
then when it finally kind of came to a blow, I found it in. I knew, I had a feeling he was doing it, so I'm not gonna lie. I looked in his wallet. That's the only place I looked, and I found the little baggie, and there was obviously coke in it. And I was just gonna leave it because at this point we were just on a break, so whatever. And then I checked it later on that day, and the whole bag was empty. So I knew, and I had a feeling, but I knew then. I'm like, well, he's obviously using it before he goes to work at the gym.
And using it like in the random, like not just using it to
For
party.
fun and party. No, this
Like
was
using
he was
it day to day.
dependent. Yeah.
And
so
like
instead of getting mental health help, which he obviously needed at that point, he was using coke. So he would use coke to give him that energy and stuff because he's such an energy bunny. And he would use it, then go to work, do his thing, come back and be depressed as fuck because you obviously have a downer after you come off coke,
Yeah.
like any hard drug. So yeah, so he was using coke. We're pretty sure that's just like that just got worse. We think, I don't know for sure.
Well, and yeah, and like there was like obviously like a lot of like warning signs, but like because he had talked about it and like he knew that that was like a huge trigger for me with like my growing up, my upbringing, and or well, I was already grown up when I found like when they started doing it, but like it was in the family. Yeah, my mom and her. Yeah. Anyways, it was in the family. It was a huge trigger point because like at one point I had taken like my siblings for a little bit so they could try and like figure their shit out, and I was like I'm very vocal that like I am. If you want to do like mushrooms and weed, whatever, cool. Like it's natural. Like I don't know, but any like hard drugs like that, like that's like that are very highly addictive. I'm very not for it.
And I made that clear from day one too, always. Like, I've never been down for that. I made it very clear to him. And same thing, he would tell me, I've never done it. For me, he would say, like, I only do it sometimes if we're out, like, partying with the boys, but, like, not often. And
Yeah,
I'm like,
and
okay,
me,
just
it
be
was-
honest about it.
said
That's
he
all I
never did.
asked. I said, just be honest. Never. Could not be honest to save his life, so.
And like I even sent a picture to my sister because there was like a pen taken apart on the like after like when he moved out, and I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, oh, he was probably just fidgeting. And I was like,
And then I told you.
yeah, and then you told me all about it, and now I'm like, oh, everything makes sense, and like it makes sense like when we went to Saskatoon, and like he went to his drug dealer's place to get weed, and then all of a sudden, like, everything went really silent in the room. Like, I had, like, was starting to kind of, like, have some suspicions about, like, his behaviors and stuff. And, like, now hindsight, like, there was always, like, white residue on my table and stuff. But I just thought it was, like, dirty. But now I don't have, like, that white residue anymore now that he's gone. And I thought it was just, like, residue from, like, our plates and eating in the living room and stuff. But now I'm like, oh, like, he was probably just doing rails. And that was, like, another thing, too, is that he would get so angry with me that I would fall asleep early in the evenings and wasn't staying up and spending time with him. Like, who the fuck gets mad at somebody for sleeping?
That's why he told me when I met him
Why
in
we broke up.
January. He told me he was seeing, well, I met him in October or whatever when he was training me.
Yeah,
and then
which is when I met him.
Yeah, and that's when he apparently told these girls, by the way, that I was trying to sleep with him. I was not. I was seeing somebody. Definitely had zero interest in him like that. But in January, when I broke up with that person, I did try to revenge fuck him for sure. Didn't happen. But anyways.
Yeah, so
Where were we going with that?
he,
Should I say why?
nah, whatever.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. It's your.
Okay, so I feel like I'll just say this because I feel like this person will be vindictive. But anyways, a former partner of mine gave me herpes, which was why this individual did not want to sleep with me, and I didn't push it because, you know, everyone is entitled to their opinion and what they're comfortable with. I just said, do your own research, whatever. I have to live with this now.
You were very
Yeah.
open about
But
it.
I forget where I was going with this, though.
I know, so did I.
You revenge.
Oh,
Oh.
because he was saying that.
But he was telling them that I wanted to fuck him in October when I didn't. So he was just clearly lying about everything right from the start.
from the
But,
get-go.
and you were going with it because he told you that we broke up because I sleep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
fall asleep too early.
Because, yeah, he told me he was... So when
Yeah, I
I broke
fall
up with
asleep
this
early because,
individual who was abusive to me, for one, and was not a good person, was also a big fucking sociopath, psychopath. He had mentioned to me that he was casually seeing another woman from the gym named Megan, but that they stopped seeing each other and broke up because she slept too much. This woman fell asleep too early for his liking. Probably because she has a fucking job.
And I'm not doing cocaine every fucking day.
Like, he was
Like,
staying up so late. at
now,
night
like, all,
day.
like, his nocturnalness and everything, like, everything fucking makes sense. And, like, why he would be watching porn at 3 o'clock in the morning. Transgender
you.
fucking transsexual porn while he's sleeping next to me.
Oh, God.
Like,
But he also thought bisexual and gay people were...
fucking weird, and that's
Disgusting,
gross.
yeah.
And it's like... But you watch trans porn, so what is it? Like, I don't know. And, like, that really weirded me out.
No, but just be who you are and
Yes.
own it.
And
Yeah,
own
don't be
it. No,
ashamed,
there's
but-
nothing wrong with it, but there's something wrong with acting homophobic when you're watching that kind of stuff. And it's kind of fucking weird when you're watching that kind of stuff when you tell me that you don't fucking watch really porn at all.
And you
but
watch
it's
it all the time.
you watch
Laying
it all
in
the time
bed,
because it's a
yeah.
thumbnail on your fucking Internet Explorer. And that's when I started, like, thinking about it. Like, and that's when I started, like, looking into it, like, looking on his laptop, because the motherfucker was probably too dumb to realize that his phone searches searched on his fucking laptop too because he had a Chromebook. So, like, I could go and see all of his fucking Google searches, and all, like, it was like Pornhub, and it was all, like, you know, transsexual or else very, like, teen. There was teen porn.
We don't want to out his fetishes. Let's
No,
not
if you're watching teen porn, there's something wrong with you. And if you're watching stepdad fucks daughter, that's fucked up too.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm not
That's true.
saying if
That's
you
true.
there's weird porn on there, but like there's also like there's weird
There's a
and then
line.
there's line. Like obviously like you have weird interests if you're wanting to watch a dad, like a stepdad, a father figure fuck his fucking daughter.
Yeah.
And if you're watching that kind of shit, feel fucking outed because it is fucking wrong. Porn is very unconsensual also, so like the more you learn about the porn industry, the more like turned off you are by it, and like I don't know.
Well, the fact that he was watching
And he'd
it
watch
in
very
bed.
aggressive porn too.
And
Like
in
he was
bed
always
with
like
And in bed beside you while you were sleeping.
yeah, and I always asked him like, "Oh, would you ever be interested in like a threesome or anything?" And he said no, and I was like, "Okay, good," because like I don't know why, but like having a threesome with like a partner seems just like I don't know, I just don't trust. I don't know. I just
The jealousy and stuff. that can
yeah,
come out of it.
and so he's like, no, that's no, whatever. But then he would watch like, and so not like, I'm not trying to like crush anybody's like porn fetishes, but he would watch like gangbangs and shit, and it's like, you said you're not into this, but like this is the type of like porn that you're consuming. Like you're consuming everything that you say you're not.
And like just and like be honest about it. Like were you gonna like I don't get it.
Especially
like,
when you're
obviously-
laying in bed next to me.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's just
That's
creepy that you're just like
disgusting.
laying there watching like that. I don't know. It just made me feel really uncomfortable when I found out that he was doing that.
Like, watch porn, fine, but don't do it right when you're right beside your girlfriend in bed.
Yeah.
And then, exactly like you said, you're watching the kind of porn about about in real life that you're making them sound like they're horrible people and stuff, you know, like for bisexual, trans, whatever. And it's like, just own it. Like, just own it. And you
Yeah.
can't even do that. So it's like, yeah.
Red flag city.
Yeah.
Yeah, red flag city.
So is that it? That's it? That's the whole story?
That's the
Well,
gist
I'm
of
sure
it, I
there's
think.
lots, but yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
much like
We keep putting
Take
stuff together
hours.
now.
yeah, like and it's like never ending, and like a lot of like the times when like he was weird, like now I've like gone back and it's like, oh, it's because he was with Chelsea or he was
Same.
with Jessie or
Yeah.
like, you know, and he'd always just be like, oh, I just want to be alone, and
Yeah.
and you know, like, yeah, like, and he's like classic, you know, like people that really project, if you feel like it's usually because they're doing exactly what they're accusing you of.
Yeah, big time.
I was never dating. I would like to also clarify that, but
You're so lucky. You're so lucky you
I was-
weren't.
I
Sorry.
was never dating him, but I did have a very intimately blurred friendship with him. But I
Yeah.
just want to clarify. I was not
Yeah, she never dated him, but it was definitely cheating.
definitely sucked that little
Definitely.
peen, like I said. But he told Megan I didn't, because why didn't I? suck his dick
Because
every
she has a
time?
disease that like I could get from any orifice or whatever, and then when he told me, and then finally he's like, well, she has herpes, and I didn't want to say that she has that, but
He made it sound worse.
But like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and I was like, do you even know how herpes works, you fucking moron? Like, you're not gonna get herpes from like, because he's like, oh, she didn't suck my dick because of this disease, and I was like,
I sure did.
Yes, I did.
you don't get herpes from sucking someone's dick if you have, like, it just
Yeah.
it doesn't transfer that way, like,
Yeah.
idiot.
Idiot indeed. So yeah, when it comes down to it, there's a lot of red flags that we can now put
But I've
together
never
now.
been so thankful to have herpes, because I'm very glad I did not share
Yes.
my sexual energy with that man.
Waste of your time.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, so
Well, not that much time though, really.
true. It was quite quick. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the amount of times, probably.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just
that
like
too.
really like
Adds up.
sexually frustrating, you know, like you start
Yeah.
getting into it and you're like, okay, yeah, it's getting good, and then nothing, and it's just like,
And constantly like that.
oh, okay, like, oh yeah, oh no, yeah, no, oh no, still shitty.
Yeah.
And it was always like, I fucking hate that. Oh, you're gonna make me come.
Yeah.
And then he'd like fucking go and then come. It's like, well,
What
control yourself. Like, take a break or something. I don't
down.
know.
Wait,
He's
up.
only had sex with 5 people,
Right.
you guys.
He's not experienced.
And hardly
Exactly.
any. Yeah.
Virgin.
Right.
Yes, that man was almost a saint.
Like the Virgin Mary. Yeah. Ugh,
So
yeah.
anyway, you were saying red flags. you
So
learned
red
now.
flags, yes. So this person, like we said, he's emotionally and mentally abusive.
Very.
There's definitely a lot of
Gaslighting.
evidence. Big,
Yeah.
and it's not just gaslighting to us. I know other people that he's been abusive to in the sense of like mentally and verbally and stuff, and constantly gaslights people all
And
the
he's
time.
physically abusive to his own family.
That's true. Yeah, he has.
So
been.
like, it's not like it's like that's what like
it's not just us. Like this person is like this in general.
In
But obviously,
general,
like you know,
yeah.
dating with someone, you see it more. But so yeah, emotionally, so he's abusive in that way. He's very narcissistic. I think we put that together too.
yeah,
Pathological
Very
liar. This isn't just
pathological.
like a, oh, he lies. No, he
Cruelty
has
to animals.
cruelty to animals for sure. Like
Trust your animals, folks. If
Yeah.
if your animal doesn't like somebody,
there's a reason.
don't like that motherfucker,
Yeah.
because there's a reason. Cats
There's
are
a
very
reason.
intuitively animals in general are very
yeah.
like intuitive, and
Very.
they know.
We got like 2 minutes left. Do you think we're gonna have enough for another part 4?
I don't know.
Or we
I
can
just-
talk about other stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we can just like and that's the thing too, like, you know, we really need to like get past like girls hating girls when like we find out that we've been wronged or whatever. And obviously there's still some people out there that like get off on being a homewrecker and shit like that, but like I don't know, I'm pretty like, after all of this, like, it's really shitty that it went on for so long and what happened. But I'm also like really thankful that I met you guys. Like,
too.
I don't
Big
know,
time.
like it's, you know, it really like fucking full circle, man.
Yeah, something good
And
really came out of
it's
it.
2021. Let's fucking be bad bitches and band together, and you know,
Don't
girl power.
Don't blame
Yeah.
the guy. or don't blame the girls. Look at the guy.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, exactly.
It's not most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
True
And
that.
yeah, it's just
Watch for the red flags. There
Yeah.
are some really
Trust
crappy
your
people.
trust your
Yes.
gut.
Trust
your
gut.
instincts, because if I would have trusted my gut, I would have left a long time ago.
Me too.
But I also felt like it needed to go like tenfold, and like it needed to like lay its all self out, because so I could really see who he was as a person. And now we've all banded together, and like this is also like a warning, you know, like to anybody that watches this, like who might know who this person is, or even like know someone that like has similar characteristics in other people, like to, you know, be like, okay, like shit's serious. And
he's gone. It's gone on too long. This isn't the first time, and this might not be the last time that he treats women the way that he does.
but it's the first time he's being outed
That he's-
for the
yeah,
fucking
being outed.
psychopath that he is.
And this is why he's being outed, because it needs to end.
Yeah.
So hopefully he sees it. Hopefully he changes. I don't have a lot of confidence about
This
that,
is
but
a cautionary tale.
very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, and that's the end of this episode.
okay.
Bye.
Bye.